Imagine almost 2 billion people around the world. They are all holding their breath. They look up at the night sky, waiting. They watched for a thin silver line, the crescent moon. This moon will tell them if a long month of fasting is over. If they see it, their special celebration can begin. If they miss it, they must continue to fast for one more grueling day. This is a moment of great importance, shaping the lives of many. This celebration is called Eid Al-Fitr. It is the biggest coordinated festival on earth. It happens every year. Yet for many in Western countries, this massive event remains mostly unknown. It has a special rhythm because its date changes. It does not have a fixed day like some other holidays. Instead, people wait to see the new moon in the sky. When they see the moon, they know Eid is here. This makes its arrival feel almost alive, announcing itself only a day or two before. This holiday is much more than just the end of not eating. It has a profound meaning. It marks the end of Ramadan. During Ramadan, Muslims fast from dawn until sunset. They do not eat or drink anything. They also spend time in prayer and help others. This teaches them to feel what poor people feel. It helps them be more thankful for what they have. The sheer scale of this event is huge. Roughly 1 out of every 4 people on earth celebrates Eid al-Fitr. Think about it. So many people across different nations, languages, and cultures all celebrating at once.
Nothing else in the world brings so many people together in the same way. This celebration even changes things in the global economy. People buy new clothes, special food, and gifts. This boosts businesses and shifts spending patterns around the world. What secret power does this holiday hold over a quarter of humanity? Why is it so important for so many people? This festival is a big release of happiness and thanks. It comes after a time of hard work and self-control. It is a reward earned after a month of discipline and spiritual effort. The answer to this question starts not with a big feast. It starts with a mysterious month of absolute deprivation. This month is Ramadan. It is a time when people give up many normal things. They do this to become better people and closer to their faith. The celebration of Eid al-Fitr is a direct result of this deep and spiritual journey. This connection makes the joy of Eid very genuine and meaningful. It is not just a simple party. It is a powerful outpouring of shared joy and gratitude, coming after a period of intense spiritual effort. 2. How the festival began. The story of Eid al-Fitr takes us back to a desert city called Medina. This was in the 7th century, around the year 624. At this time, a small group of followers faced many challenges. The very first Eid al-Fitr was celebrated here, marking a truly important moment, the end of Ramadan, a special month of fasting.
When the Prophet Muhammad came to Medina, he saw people celebrating 2 days with games and fun. He then announced 2 new days for celebration, Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. These were not just ordinary parties. They were special days born from worship, meant for saying thank you, giving to others, being together as a community, and starting fresh. The name Eid al-Fitr holds a beautiful meaning. Eid means returning, a day that comes back every year. Al-Fitr means breaking the fast. This word is also linked to fitra, meaning a natural state, or how something is at its most basic. So breaking the fast is also a return to your true nature. This idea is very beautiful. The celebration is like coming home to yourself, seeing normal life with new, clear eyes. To truly understand Eid Al-Fitr, we must remember Ramadan. These two are like cause and effect, effort and reward. Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar. During this month, almost all Muslims do not eat or drink from sunrise to sundown. They also avoid other things during the day. This is a time of great spiritual discipline and prayer. It helps people feel closer to God and understand the feelings of those who are poor and hungry. The cumulative effect of this month of fasting is profound. It teaches appreciation for what you have and caring for others. The holiday that follows is not a simple party, but a real release. It is a huge feeling of gratitude, community, and joy.
This joy feels special because it was earned through sacrifice. This celebration required a dangerous and exhausting sacrifice that tested the absolute limits of the human body and mind. Watching the moon. In today's world, we have very exact clocks and GPS, yet a large part of the world still looks to the night sky to find out when a big holiday will start. This ancient way of telling time depends on seeing the thin crescent moon with human eyes. It might seem anachronistic in modern times, but it is a very important part of the celebration. The Islamic calendar is a lunar calendar. This means it follows the moon's cycles. Each new month begins when a new crescent moon appears in the sky. A lunar year is about 11 days shorter than the Gregorian calendar, which most of the world uses. Because of this, Ramadan and Eid move to different times of the year over time. They arrive earlier by about 10 to 12 days each year. This means that over many years, people will experience fasting in hot summers and mild winters. The act of seeing the moon is often a group event. In some places, it is almost a small festival itself. In South Africa, there are special moon watchers, or maankykers. These people go to high places, like Signal Hill, or the beaches at Sea Point. They stand there, looking carefully at the sky as the sun goes down. They must see the crescent moon with their own eyes to announce that Eid Al-Fitr can begin.
The South Africa's Muslim Judicial Council chooses these special moon watchers. But what if clouds fill the sky? What if the moon cannot be seen? This can cause worry and sudden changes for millions of people. If the moon is not seen, the fasting month continues for one more day. Plans for celebration must then change quickly. Because the moon might be seen in one country before another, Eid al-Fitr does not always start on the same day everywhere. For example, people in Saudi Arabia, Iran, or Indonesia might celebrate on different days. A group of Muslims in London might follow Saudi Arabia's announcement, while another group in the same city might wait for a local sighting. This discrepancy can sometimes lead to gentle arguments in Muslim communities. Some communities use advanced astronomical calculations to predict when the moon will appear. Others believe it is necessary to see it with their own eyes, following old traditions. This means that in the same city, some families might start the holiday on completely different days. This waiting and watching create a quiet tension before the joyous celebration can finally begin. 4. The rules of the day. When the sun comes up on the first day of Eid, it is a very special time. It is not just a big party with no rules. There is a clear, holy plan that everyone follows. This structure helps people celebrate in the right way. The day begins early, even before the sun shows in the sky.
Muslims start by performing ghusl, which is a full washing of the body. This washing helps them feel fresh and pure, ready for the special day. After this, they put on their best clothes, which are often new. These new clothes show the joy and importance of Eid. Before leaving their homes for the special morning prayer, people usually eat something sweet. Most often, this is a date. Eating this small meal is a sign that the month of fasting is truly over. In fact, it is strictly forbidden for Muslims to fast on the day of Eid. This rule shows that the time of hunger has ended, and now it is a time for celebration and food. But before the prayers and the feasting begin, there is a very important act of giving. This is called Zakat Al-Fitr. It is a special kind of charity that every Muslim must give. It is not an option, it is an obligation for anyone who has enough food for themselves and their family on Eid day. The main reason for Zakat Al-Fitr is twofold. First, it cleanses the person who fasted from any small mistakes made during Ramadan. Second, and very important, it makes sure that poor people have enough food to celebrate Eid too. No one should go hungry on this happy day. The amount of Zakat al-Fitr is small, like the cost of one meal. For example, in the United States in 2026, it was about $10 per person. In the UK, it was about £5. The head of a family pays not just for themselves, but for their wife, children, and any guests staying with them. This act of giving is a community effort, ensuring that everyone can share in the happiness at the same time. After this giving, Muslims go to a large open space or a big hall for the special Eid prayer, called Salat al-Eid. This prayer must be done with others in a big group or congregation. During the prayer, people raise their hands to their ears and say, Allahu Akbar, which means God is the greatest. This communal prayer brings thousands of people together, all sharing the joy after their month of sacrifice. Following the prayer, a religious leader gives a talk. Then the rest of the day is filled with joy. People visit friends and family, share special meals, and give gifts. They greet each other with Eid Mubarak, meaning blessed Eid. This phrase is a wish for a happy celebration shared by all. But if a person does not pay the Zakat al-Fitr, the good deeds of their entire month of fasting might not be fully accepted. 5. Food from around the world. Eid al-Fitr is a special time, but it tastes very different depending on where you are. One religion shows so much diversity in its food and ways to celebrate. Let us travel around the world to see some examples. In Turkey, people call this holiday Ramazan Bayrami or Şeker Bayrami, which means Bayram of sweets. It is customary for children to visit houses, wishing everyone a happy Bayram. They often receive candy, chocolates, or a little money. Minarets, the tall towers of mosques in cities like Istanbul, light up at night. There are concerts and shows for everyone to enjoy. Indonesia, a country with many Muslims, has a huge tradition called mudik. This is a massive human migration where millions of people travel from cities back to their hometowns. They want to celebrate with their families. This movement is so big that it changes how buses, trains, and planes work. Cities become empty and villages become full of life. It is a truly amazing sight to see so many people moving at once to be with their loved ones. In Malaysia, a common tradition for Eid is the open house. Families prepare a lot of food and invite neighbors, friends, and even people they do not know very well to come and eat. Malaysia has many different cultures and religions, and these open houses help bring people together. Everyone is welcome at these tables, no matter their background. Egypt has its own special foods. Families make dishes like fatah, which has rice, bread, and lamb. They also make sweet, buttery cookies called kak. These cookies are often filled with nuts or dates and covered with powdered sugar. The smell of kak makes many Egyptians remember their childhood Eid celebrations. In Saudi Arabia, people enjoy sheer hofma, a sweet dish with vermicelli, milk, and dates. Giving money as gifts, called idiyah, is also common, especially for children. In places like Jordan and Palestine, children often line up at the patriarchal home to receive these money gifts from older family members. Far away in Afghanistan, Muslims play a fun game called Tokham Jangi. In this game, people try to crack the shell of their opponent's boiled egg. It is a playful tradition that brings smiles to many faces. In Somalia, no Eid is complete without kambabur, a tasty wheat and millet bread served with yogurt for breakfast. In Russia's North Caucasus, children go from house to house with a bag, getting it filled with candy that locals have saved just for them. It is a bit like Halloween, but with a different meaning. This shows how rich and varied Muslim culture is around the world. The prayers may be the same, but the food, clothes, and specific ways of celebrating are as different as people themselves. But what happens to Muslims who live far from these old traditions? How do they make this magic happen in new, unfamiliar countries? Eid in new places. For Muslims living in countries like the United States or the United Kingdom, Eid Al-Fitr is different. Their neighbors, schools, and bosses might not even know it is happening. Life does not stop for Eid. This creates challenges for Muslim communities. They are a minority, and their daily life is calibrated to different celebrations. Despite this, Eid in Western countries is becoming more known. It shows how these communities are working hard to be seen and understood.
For example, in New York City, public schools have closed on Eid Al-Fitr since 2016. This helps many Muslim children celebrate without missing school. Other school areas, like Irvington in New Jersey and Burlington in Vermont, also closed their schools. The United States Postal Service has even made special Eid postage stamps starting in 2001. These changes help make Eid more visible. In the United States, Muslims come from many different places and backgrounds. For Eid, they often gather for big prayers and festivals. These events happen in large places like convention centers or sports arenas. In Houston, for instance, many Muslims meet at the George R. Brown Convention Center. After prayers, mosques often host parties with food, games for children, and small markets. In the United Kingdom, Eid al-Fitr is not a public holiday. However, many schools and workplaces allow Muslims to take time off for the celebration. You can see Eid being talked about more in British public life, in city celebrations, and in messages from the royal family. This shows that the country is starting to understand its many different religions. In Spain, the city of Melilla, on the North African coast, officially recognizes Eid Al-Fitr as a holiday. This is an important step for a mostly Catholic country. It shows how European societies are renegotiating their relationships with Muslim citizens.
For many Muslims, especially younger generations who grew up in the West, Eid is more than just a religious day. It is a way to show their identity and feel solidarity with their community. It reminds them that being part of the global Muslim family does not stop them from being American, British, or French. These communities create new traditions. They mix the heritage of their families' homes with their modern lives in the West. This growing and assertive presence is soon to be noticed by a big, unexpected global force. 7. Money and giving. Eid al-Fitr might seem like a festival about going without, but it actually sparks a huge amount of buying and selling. It's almost paradoxical. A time of giving up food leads to a big economic boom. The global Muslim market is very large, reaching trillions of dollars each year. This money is spent across many areas, like food, beauty products, new clothes, and even travel. For example, in Indonesia, which has the most Muslims in the world, many people increase their spending a lot during Ramadan and Eid. Studies show that consumer spending during Eid goes up much more, almost double, compared to during Ramadan itself. This shows how strong the celebration is after a month of fasting. People buy many different things for Eid: sweets, cash gifts, especially for children, toys, and perfumes are very popular. New clothing is also a very common purchase. It is seen as proper, and in some traditions it is obligatory to wear new or fine clothes for the celebration. Families prepare elaborate meals, causing food spending to increase greatly. Digital shopping has become very important too. Online orders for gifts increase a lot during this period. Many big companies, from luxury brands to fast food chains and technology companies, now create special marketing campaigns just for Ramadan and Eid. Social media platforms like TikTok also see a big jump in people watching Eid-related content. There is even a new trend of green gifting, where people look for gifts that are good for the environment, showing that modern values are also shaping old traditions. However, before anyone fully enjoys this time of plenty, there is a very important rule. Before the special Eid prayer even begins, a mandatory charity called Zakat al-Fitr must be paid. This giving serves two main purposes. It acts as a purifier for the person who fasted, helping to clean away any small mistakes made during Ramadan. More importantly, it provides food for poor and needy people. This ensures they can also celebrate Eid without the burden of hunger. This is not an optional act of kindness. It is an obligation for every Muslim who has enough food for themselves and their family for the day and night of Eid. The amount for Zakat al-Fitr is usually small, based on the cost of a basic meal, perhaps $10 in the US or £5 in the UK. A head of the family pays for everyone in their care. The beauty of this system lies in its simultaneity. At the very moment millions are getting ready to celebrate with food and gifts, they are also ensuring that the poorest members of their community can do the same. This rule challenges the modern idea of commercialism, where holidays can become just about buying things. For Eid, the act of giving to those in need comes first, making sure that joy is shared by everyone. It is a surprising condition required before anyone is allowed to truly enjoy their wealth. 8. The end of the fast. Eid Al-Fitr helps us see what Islam truly means, often different from what news or movies show. It is a story about community, true joy, and being thankful. This festival shows that Islam is a faith where people come together. They pray together, eat together, visit friends and family, and celebrate as one big group. The main Eid prayer needs many people. It cannot be done alone. This shows how important it is for Muslims to be with others. The joy during Eid is very real. It is not just a simple party. This joy comes from the hard work and self-control of fasting for a whole month. This makes the celebration more meaningful. After fasting, people feel thankful for their food and all they have. This feeling of thanks is a big part of Eid.
A very important part of Eid al-Fitr is giving to charity. This act of giving is not just something extra, it is a main condition for the celebration. Before the Eid prayer, Muslims must give Zakat al-Fitr. This is a special charity given to those who need food. It helps poor families celebrate Eid without being hungry. This act of giving connects rich and poor people. It teaches that after feeling hunger during Ramadan, people should make sure others do not feel hungry on the day of celebration. This important lesson is at the heart of Eid. This focus on helping everyone builds a strong, unbreakable global community. The moon has been seen, which means Ramadan is over. The special prayers have been made in large groups. Delicious food has been shared with family, friends, and even strangers. This whole journey, from fasting to feasting, changes people in a good way. It fills them with new purpose and a feeling of belonging. Eid al-Fitr invites everyone to experience this deep connection and shared happiness. The festival shows Islam as a living faith. It takes in the ways of different countries, their foods and languages. The prayer is the same everywhere, but the food and clothes change from place to place. This diversity makes Eid special. It is a time for forgiveness too, and to visit graves of loved ones. So Eid al-Fitr is more than just breaking a fast. It is a time of renewal, gratitude, and helping others. It creates a global bond built on shared faith and human care. Have you ever joined an Eid celebration? Or what part of this global festival surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below.
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.